that play because you cannot get back to him with the same guy that's guarding the screen.
Butler misses and Hill getting the rebound. So George Hill, who started tonight's game despite aggravating the ankle injury, misses outside. Dampier gets the rebound. Marty Snyder, you have a report.
Well, and that was the big topic for Coach Popovich at halftime. They need to get Hill involved offensively as they travel there on Dirk Nowitzki. They want Hill involved offensively. So on the way out of the locker room, Popovich put his arm around Hill to just make sure that he was okay, make sure that he is going to be able to give 100% here in the second half. George Hill gave him the thumbs up, said, I'm ready to go. So expect to see a lot of George Hill in this half, Dick.
And that's good news and a tremendous amount of respect Greg Popovich has for George Hill.
Well, he does. He's in love with this young man because he plays so many different ways in the game the right way. Defensively, makes shots from the perimeter, drives it to the basket. He's got toughness about him.
And Duncan with McDyess combining for the basket. Tim Duncan now with 14. And he's had a hot shooting game. Of course, the turnover now brings it back to the Spurs with Hill bringing it back. Most of Duncan's points have come from inside. We haven't seen much of his familiar bank shot off of the wing. 2 minutes gone by. Ginobili, Dampier and Butler pick him up. Duncan with a touch pass to McDyess, who slams it through.
And Duncan understands where everybody is on the floor. Barely touches the ball that time on the deflected pass. Gets it out of his hands and assists to his teammate McDyess.
And the Spurs getting the job done in the paint, as you see, and cutting the Mavericks lead to 3. Jason Kidd to Nowitzki, puts the fake on McDyess, and he's got another one. 23 for Dirk Nowitzki, who had his season's high of 41 and a steal by Kidd. And here is the pick and roll to Dampier, and he's fouled. Dirk Nowitzki, who had 41 points, his season's high in an earlier game this year against the Spurs, and Dampier will shoot 2.
You see the pick and roll comes from outside in, so when Nowitzki steps back, the same man who's trying to stop the basketball from penetrating is the rotation man, and you just can't get back to Nowitzki in time.
McDyess with the foul, his second. TBS in June. From executive producer Ice Cube comes a brand new sitcom about one family's journey to get there. Are we there yet? A brand new series premieres June the 2nd at 9, 8 Central, only on TBS. So Tony Parker has come back into the game, and Hill goes out. So it's Parker, Ginobili, along with Duncan, Jefferson, and McDyess, 4 of the 5 who started.
Dampier, just a 60% free throw shooter from the foul line during the regular season, steps up and misses both of them, so that helps keep San Antonio hanging around 5 points down.
Ginobili for 3. Manu Ginobili with his second three-point basket of the game, and the Mavericks lead is 2. No big lead you can get against the Spurs. They'll come back somehow, some way.
Doesn't take Ginobili long to warm up, does it, Dick?
Good ball movement, and Kidd with a 3-point miss.
Oh, the way Nowitzki's shooting, you'd rather have him give it up and take your chances with Kidd right now.
And Tony Parker stop and go behind the back to McDyess, and he ties the game at 54. Antonio McDyess, and a nifty behind the back pass from Tony Parker. And a timeout. Rick Carlisle wants to talk it over.
See Parker turn the corner, shovels it backwards. He occupies the defender. McDyess takes care of scoring.
Chilly night in Dallas, but inside the American Airlines Arena, we have a tie ball game, 54-all between the Spurs and the Mavs. The Dallas Mavericks' Jason Terry cares about the community. The Mavs guard helped tip off the HP Digital Assist program this season by delivering HP tablet PCs and a Photo Smart printer to students at Alex W. Spence Academy. Thanks to NBA Cares and HP, this innovative program inspires learning through sports and provides students across the country with a chance to help their school win thousands of dollars in HP technology. The NBA, where caring happens. Nick?
All right, Marty, and I'll tell you, those kids must get a thrill seeing these their heroes, the Dallas Mavericks, who they see in the NBA, helping them. Spurs on a 9-2 run, and it may be more as Jefferson on the turnover picks up the loose ball. And here's Ginobili short on the three-point attempt. Tied at 54. Spurs had a chance to regain the lead. They were down by as many as 8, and Kidd's pass goes right through Dampier. So the Mavericks turned it over for the second straight time.
Dirk Nowitzki yelling to his teammates, come on, let's go. He wants to get it straightened out here so they can try and put a little separation between themselves and the Spurs, who just keep hanging around. Hard to figure out how it's 54 up right now.
And quieting the crowd in the process. Here's Ginobili picked up by Dampier on the switch. Duncan goes in and misses the short hook.
Maybe the easiest shot that he's had tonight. He just doesn't convert.
And Ginobili all over Kidd and gets a piece of it. And here's a 3-on-2, 4-on-2 break. And Ginobili inside to Jefferson, who lays it in. And the Spurs regain the lead, 56-54. And Rick Carlisle's club, the victims of an 11-2 run right now. Here is Butler, and they're going to call the blocking foul on Ginobili. So over Ginobili, it will be his second.
Watch the hand pressure, ball pressure by Manu Ginobili down on the low post. Parker trying to front. Look at the pressure all over the ball by the defender. The deflection. Tony Parker comes up with it. Good ball pressure.
And the first lead for the Spurs since early in the game when it was 8-7. And now Caron Butler ties the game again. 15 for Butler. Nearly 5 minutes gone by here in the third. Dick Stockton, Bizarre, Mike Fratello, Marty Snyder, game 1. And game 3 will be right back here at American Airlines Center on Wednesday night on TNT. 8 on the shot clock. Parker, and it's knocked away. Tried to get it to McDyess. Nowitzki got a hand on it, and the Spurs have 7 seconds to get a shot off. Parker in heavy traffic. And Shawn Marion, who has 4 rebounds now. And Marion with a runner gets the field goal. Marion, who's playing with 3 fouls now, gets his 5th point of the game, and the Mavericks take the lead once more.
Marion's one of those guys you don't have to run any set plays for Shawn Marion. He defends, then he gets him on offensive rebounds and just running the floor in transition.
Dampier blocks Duncan, comes out to Ginobili, who hits the 3. Manu Ginobili with his 3rd three-pointer of the game. And San Antonio regains the lead. It's a seesaw third quarter, nearly halfway through, and Caron Butler is fouled inside, and that'll be against McDyess.
So San Antonio is hoping to get a 2 on the initial inside shot, but then the rejection on Tim Duncan right here, the ball winds up being tipped back out. Ginobili right at the right spot, right time, hits a 3.
And Rick Carlisle well aware of down the stretch in a close game how dangerous Manu Ginobili can be, not only with the 3s, but slivering his way in for layups, and we've seen that tonight too. Butler hits the first. Looking to put the Mavericks in front. And he does, 60-59. 6 minutes gone by here in the third. Parker. Out of bounds, last touch by Dallas.
McDyess, Duncan going to the offensive boards a little bit more now. We see them being more assertive on the offensive glass. San Antonio had only 2 offensive rebounds in the first half.
Mavericks have beaten the Spurs the last 2 times they have met in the playoffs. Last year winning in 5 games. And back in 06. Duncan, and taken away by Kidd. And they're going to call the foul. Michael Smith calls the foul on Tim Duncan. It'll be his second. And Greg Popovich with a few words there, and that'll be the 4th team foul against San Antonio.
Duncan feels that there should have been a foul called on the contact there, and instead Dallas winds up with the ball and another possession.
And a turnover, good save by McDyess. Parker tries to feed Jefferson and out of bounds. Good hustle as Marion and Kidd were back there.
Yeah, Jason Kidd anticipated that Parker was going to try and drop it off to his teammate in the right lane, so he faked right, stuck his left hand out, got a piece of the ball, saved the layup.
Mavericks have not committed a team foul here in the 3rd quarter. And